Hi, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update in the Rocket Pool community and Discord and Reddit and everywhere. I've got some links for us today and some things to talk about. So let's get started. The first one is the Rocket Pool's bi-weekly update came out on Reddit today. It was posted by Maverick. It shows that everything has been growing quite nicely over the last 2 weeks. The RETH supply has grown 2%, mini pool count has gone up 2.4%, effective RPL stake has grown 6.1%, and that is mostly due to the ratio increasing um, since 2 weeks ago. Um, it would have been a lot higher if this had come out a couple of days ago, but since then we've had a bit of a dip, as you all know, of course. And node operator count has grown 2.6%. With the node operator count as well, there's a big delay right now because the queue has got more than 200 people in there. So waiting for some RETH deposits to get that moving. Or RETH mints to get that moving. R&D, lots of work has been taking place that I'll be talking about later with some updates from Joe. But Redstone's going to go live at the end of the month. We're going to be talking about some of the MEV Boost stuff that's mentioned here in R&D. Um, Also, the governance stuff has been going through quite well. We had a snapshot vote about the increasing deposit pool from 2,000 to 5,000, which has passed successfully as 99.5% of the votes are in favour of it and it's reached quorum. Um, Improvement proposals have been raised, and there's a lot of good stuff happening in the last 2 weeks, especially around less ETH bonded mini pools. Um, which I'm waiting for some more formal research to come out, maybe on the DAO forum to talk to you all about. Um, but that's looking really promising. There's integrations happening, and there's markets and media stuff that's happening. And now, maybe in 2 weeks' time, um, Maverick will talk about rocket fuel in that list as well. But we'll see how it goes. Um, but that's a really great starting point to find out what's happened in the last couple of weeks. It's a nice place to check. Next, we have um, the updates from Joe. Joe's one of the developers at Rocket Pool. He's the junior developer. Sorry, Joe. Uh, Joe's a developer at Rocket Pool, and he's replying to this post by Ken, who's asking about merge readiness and the timelines coming through for that. So on August 16th, Rocket Pool's Smart Stack node version 1.5.1 released. Joe thinks it might take a couple of days more than that to get it ready. On the 18th, the Ethereum Foundation will set the TTD for the merge. Um, and Joe thinks that there might be an element of flexibility that goes into that because of minor issues that come up. On August 22nd, we'll have mainnet client deadlines to make sure everything is ready for the Paris and Bellatrix hard forks and the TTD set in the clients. And Joel's quite, he thinks Bellatrix will be ready. Like I said about the TTD, he's still not sure about that, so he's going to put a manual override in the um, terminal user interface in the Smart Stack node, just in case users have to update that going into the last week leading up to the merge. Then version 1.6.0 will be released. So that comes down to like version semantics, whether it'll be called version 1.6 or 1.5.2, depending on how much we'll go into that. Redstone upgrade, smart contract upgrade will happen on August 29th. So that's all set. Um, September 1st will be the new rewards period will start with the new um, reward system. So that will be all set to go. And that will be like what the code is, what the developers are calling garlic bread. So it'll be cheaper, and you won't have to claim your rewards every month. You can claim them in bulk. You can auto stake them. Some really really great stuff happening with that. It's going to make things a lot cheaper to be a node operator and claim your Rocket Pool rewards, even if you've got like 10% collateral, it'll still be worth it. Definitely worth it for you to claim. Um, Also, then September 6th, Bellatrix is going to happen. So there's slots and times for that, which is really exciting. And then the merge is scheduled at the moment for September 14th to 15th, depending on miner hash power. And then September 29th will be the first rewards and new garlic bread system. So that's really exciting stuff that Joe has shared there. So it gives you a timeline of what developments are happening. It tells you what the developers are working on, and there's a lot that they're doing. So it's really exciting. Um, a lot of discussion these last few days has happened around um, Rocket Pool's stance towards censoring transactions. And so as far as I can tell, the team hasn't fully taken a position. But Rocket Pool's like whole, foundation is that it's trustless, permissionless, decentralized, um, and I think that that's something that is really strong going forward. But here, Ken was talking about the OFAC sanctions and how he thinks that the response so far has been really overblown. However, it's as a community we have to be very careful with how we respond to it because of the fact that the U.S. government is setting up uh, regulation and executive orders about crypto, whether the government wants to support it or restrict it. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, but also that the Treasury Department is definitely stepping its bounds. There's overreach happening here, um, and about how the software should be in the list, not individuals. So yeah, Ken's warning is about taking strong action. This was a really good post that got some good conversation going. There was comments here by Deadpool. He says that anyone, in my opinion, who attacks the protocol must be slashed. Anything else shouldn't really be considered by our community. We're not attacking the U.S. government. We're slashing people who are attacking the network. Whether the U.S. ordered them to do so or not is irrelevant. So that's a really strong position. And then we got a position here from Valdorff saying that even if we should comply, the compliance should be required compliance. Sanctioning all one hop addresses is something new. So this is the stuff that's happened recently with the dusting attacks that have taken place, and people having the front end of like Aave and things like that blocked. So Valdorf is just talking about how we need to have a measured response if that's what we decide, but also that um, how this works with the real world and the how to like work with sanctions is very different. And once you start working with the lists, it's impractical. How do you know? Like it's really difficult to do that kind of compliance going forward. So this is definitely worth a read. The links for all of these now will be in the notes below, so you can definitely check that out and get that information. The video is running a bit long. I still need to work on my timing. The next thing is the Bankless Bullcast has been set. It's going to be live streamed. Live streams will be free for all, available on YouTube. There might be a po-up available if you're watching along in trading with the rest of us. So that's going to be really exciting. That'll be taking place on September 2nd on the Friday afternoon Eastern time or Friday morning Pacific. So it'll be Friday late afternoon, early evening in Europe. Um, Next thing, I've got another post here by Ken, who's talking about MEV Boost and how Rocket Pool might use that. So at the moment, the position is that all blocks that Rocket Pool node operators will be proposing after the merge will be through MEV Boost. And basically, if you build a block that's not through MEV Boost, you're going to get punished for that. So this is a big discussion that's taking place right now. Is like how how do we build blocks using MEV Boost if they're going to be censoring transactions? So Ken wrote this post here about how it's going to be enforced and how it's going to work. And that kind of led to a really good discussion as well. But then the thing that was really interesting is this post here by Joe, who said that MEV Boost isn't the thing that censors; it just manages relay connections. Relays are the thing that can do the censoring, and if it comes down to it, I will just ship with no default relay, so people can choose their own while all of this nonsense gets sorted out. So I think this is I don't want to put like say that this is the official position from the Rocket Pool team slash protocol right now, but it's really heartening that Joe is saying this. It's a shame that it might lead to some shenanigans with MEV stuff, but I asked Joe, like, how do we make sure people update to the right version when the time comes? And he said we can apply retroactive penalties if there's a compelling reason. So right now, as the way things stand, we still need to see what MEV boost people are saying about what their position is with those transactions. And depending on what their position is, we'll get a much better idea of what the Rocket Pool team is going to do with that. So I've run over by about a minute and a half. Like I said, I'm still figuring this out. I'll be working my timings. I'll be working on my speech, voice levels, adding timestamps. Like people are giving me really good suggestions. People have shown so much love since yesterday and like a lot of encouragement. So this is really, really great, and I'm really enjoying doing this. So I'm going to keep it up, and I hope you all check in every day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.